My name is Martha Alzate, but when I get here, I just adopt my husband's last name, and I'm from Colombia.
I'm Juan Santacoloma, also from Colombia.
I was living in Bogota where I was born. I was working there in a hotel as a purchase manager for almost 10 years. Beautiful city.
And I am from a small city in the middle of Colombia, basically in the mountains. It is Manizales, where it's supposedly people say that we produce the best coffee in the world. Back in 2000, we went to a farm for vacation. And suddenly we were walking to the farm, and when we were taking a break, we found some people over there. Cousins said, they are the guys. Martha said, who are the guys? They are the FARC guerrilla members. And they said, oh my goodness, do you have guerrillas here? And he said, oh yes. The next day, these guys came to the farm and asked us for our personal information, who you are, etc., etc. We didn't see any problem, so we provided the information. When we came back to Bogota, the capital, a Colombian official army had a confrontation with this group in the same area. Unfortunately for the guerrillas, they suffered several casualties. And apparently they met and they said how the Colombian army knew our position. And somebody said, okay, who was strange in this zone? Somebody said, only the Santacolomas. So they say, okay, they are those people who told the Colombian army our position. So one day I received a call like at 7:30 in the morning in my office. And basically they say, you are snitch and we are going to kill you.
For me, it was a shock, like leaving my life behind. Like when everything started, it's just kind of feeling the way us. And when you see in the TV that this is happening to other people, you feel kind of pain in your heart, you feel sad. But when it strikes you straight, it makes feel like confusing why we have to leave. So I have 2 luggage with a blanket and pads, toys, 2 teddy bears for my daughters. And that was it. We came through Houston, and I remember when my daughter Maria, she was 5 at that time, she saw the American flag and I started singing the Colombian anthem. It was devastating. It was uncertain if we were able to come back to Colombia. After many years, one morning, one of my uncles called us and gave us the good news that we were able to return to Colombia, but we have to wait to become citizens to be able to go back to Colombia.
We came to the America with visas, and we overstayed with the deadline that the government granted us. So once we overstayed, the whole family became undocumented. And one day, a friend asked us, why you don't apply for political asylum? And I said, what is political asylum? And this guy basically explained us, but also recommend us to contact another person who basically helped him with his political asylum. He said to us, yes, I can help you. You had to pay me $1,000. It is the total. But in order to start, we must send me $500. At that time, we didn't have $500. And I asked Martha, what do we do? We want to apply for political asylum because this is, at that time, was our unique immigration way to become legal. And Martha said something, God is God, and He's going to help us. So I asked our neighbor, who is a Colombian, for $500, and he said, well, that's fine. I have it for you. So I sent this guy the $500 and we started the political asylum with him. It was back in May 2001. And basically in a month, the INS at that time, immigration, granted us our political asylum. And with this immigration status, basically our lives changed a lot.
I was babysitting during the day, and at night I was doing cleaning I was working at DuPont cleaning bathrooms for a couple months, and then I moved on to clean a building.
Once we received the approval for our political asylum, we went to the Social Service Department in Chesterfield County to apply for the different benefits they have. Our social worker, who is today my friend, find our first jobs. For Marta, it was a Chockley Elementary School, and for me, working at the Public Affairs Department in Chesterfield County. Marta, yes, started making money, some money in her job, but I was under the work experience program. Basically, I didn't receive any kind of money.
Right now, I'm working with the mental health. I study child development and now working in my new profession. We make sure the baby's development, social emotional development is on point, change the mentality about certain parenting ways that our culture has, like positive discipline, how to help our kids to develop and reach all the milestones.
When I was working in Public Affairs Department for Chesterfield County, many people came and said, why the county, why the board of supervisors hire you? Why they are using my money to pay your position? Other people call me and say, why are you there? If when my parents back in 40 or 50 years ago came to America, they never received any kind of support or assistance like you are providing to Latinos. Why Latinos are receiving benefits from the government and my parents didn't? So yes, I received and I felt discrimination several times. And unfortunately, I need to say this, in most of the times, those discrimination issues were from the white community. Take a moment to think about the time when your parents or grandparents came to America, because they didn't or weren't born in the United States. They immigrate at any time. So think about them. Think about how they felt when they came here, because maybe they also were discriminated. Maybe they didn't have the resources and the benefits and the information that many immigrants don't have today. I can say that please think that at least 99.9% of those immigrants are really good, hard worker people who are here to succeed, to work, but also to give back to the community.
With resilience, we can overcome all the obstacles, that there are good people helping and supporting us to reach our goals. You can see the long, dark tunnel, but at the end, you're gonna see the light. And it's not easy. It's a long journey, but not impossible. We can do it if we use the resources that are available, if we use and speak up and advocate for ourselves. It's hard, it's painful, but at the end, you can have the life that you want to have.
We walk this process without knowing English. So when we came to America, we didn't speak English. We had to go to the university, we went to the college and spend time learning English. And believe me, we, or at least I, still learning English. And so what I trying to do to say with this is nothing is impossible. If you work hard with dedication, with love, you can achieve whatever you want, but you need to be clear and set real goals. So keep that in mind. And finally, again with English, if I learned English when I was an adult, I think everybody can do it. Just try it.
There is a lot of resources the same way good people help us and support us. Communities, programs, resources that can help them and they can empower them to go and succeed and reach their goals.